first grade. Surprise! Today I get to read for you for Reader's Workshop, and you've been looking at a series, the Pig the Pug series in Reader's Workshop, and this is one of my favorite series, and I can't wait for you to see which book we've selected today, which book we won the survey. So I want you to think back for a second and think, which book do you think was the winner of that survey? All right, close your eyes. You ready? Surprise! It is Pig the Stinker, and we know that this is Miss Huel's absolute favorite book, which is why I get the honor of reading it for you today. And today we are going to look at something very special. So when we are reading the book, it's so important that we look at the characters. I know Ms. Moskow has been talking a lot with you about character traits, and there are two characters in this book. The main character, of course, is Pig the Pug, but the other character that we see quite often is the character Trevor. And so we're going to see, what do we know about these characters and what do we think might happen? While we're reading the book today, we're going to think about what happens at the beginning of the book, the middle of the book, and the end of the book with these characters. How do their character traits progress? Do they change at all? Do they stay the same? Let's get to reading. Pig the Stinker by Anne Blathy. Pig was a pug, and I'm sorry to say, his personal hygiene was far from okay. Ooh, that word hygiene, I know Mr. Snedden talked with you guys about that one in class. What's another word for hygiene, or what's a synonym, the same? You could put a different word in there. What's a synonym for hygiene? Yeah, if you have good hygiene, you're clean. So that word that we could put in there is cleanliness. I'm sorry to say his personal cleanliness was far from okay. And if we look at that picture, we can see that there is a smell coming from him. Pig liked to get dirty. He frankly was rank. His paws could be frightful. His fur often stank. Rank and stank and dirty, they all mean the same. They're all synonyms. They're all saying that right now at the beginning of the book, we're seeing that Pig the Pug is a dirty dog. But if we're looking here, and Trevor, we see that he looks kind of grossed out. He looks to be clean. So those are the opposites. They are antonyms. Pig likes to be dirty. Trevor likes to be clean. He wasn't offended by odor or smell, and if you weren't careful, he'd smell you as well. He'd play with all kinds of unspeakable muck. Oh my goodness. First grade, what is he playing with here? Yeah, poop. And do things to make you scream, "Don't do that! Yuck!" Ranger went to go do this the other day. That is not happening. Gross. He leaked out a stench that could not be forgotten. He reeked. He was rancid. In short, he was rotten. Reeked, rancid, and rotten, they all mean the same thing. We see that he is just... What do you think? Yeah, gross, dirty, smelly. So now we're getting towards the middle of the book. So bath time was called. You stinky old mutt, you need a good clean from your ears to your butt. Ooh, how does Pig the Pug feel about this? If we look, we can see that his eyes are bulging out of his head. His mouth's like this. He looks shocked. He does not look happy. Whereas we look at Trevor, he has a huge smile on his face, and we can see that he's got his spa cap on and he is ready. These two characters in general are the opposites, right? He likes to be dirty, Pig the Pug, whereas Trevor likes to be clean. We still are seeing that in the middle of the book. But Pig turned his tail, and before you could grab it, he was out of that room like a foul little rabbit. They chased him, but Pig had a devious, devious, it means naughty. So another synonym for that is naughty. Think about that. In the middle of the book, he's running away. He had a devious knack for ducking and weaving and doubling back. And once he had lost them, he used a small toy. Oh my goodness, first grade, let's make a prediction. What's going to happen? Why is he grabbing that small toy? All right, let's see. I like those predictions. To block up the pipes. Then he hooted with joy. By the time they had found him, Pig boogied with glee. You won't get your old soapy water on me. First grade, why did he want to stick the toy in the pipe? What's going to happen? Tell someone next to you. Okay, let's find out. They watched as Pig loaded. They watched as Pig crowded. So that means he is, guess what? He's rubbing it in their faces. That's not a kind thing to do. They watched as Pig's plan made the bathroom. He did catch a plan here, though, which means he was trying to be clever. And it kind of looks like it's working. Ooh. Explode! Oh boy, but what happened to poor Pig the Pug? That it hit him right in the nose. These days it's different, I'm happy to say. If you tell Pig it's bath time, he won't disobey. But although you can wash him with soap, cloth, and towel, there's no getting around it. Let's go back to this. So I like that they said he won't disobey. That word disobey means, the synonym for that word is, another word would be, he listens. So we know that Pig listens, but even after you clean him up, Pig is just foul. We need to be great picture detectives here and look at this picture. Looking for clues. What are you noticing? I'm noticing that Pig the Pug doesn't look happy still, and poor Trevor doesn't look happy either. What did he do? I'm seeing a stench coming out of that bathtub, and Pig the Pug doesn't look happy, but poor Trevor has to smell him too. So, the beginning of the book we saw he was dirty. The middle of the book we saw that he's still dirty, but he was hatching a plan. And we're seeing at the end of the book that even though he's clean, he still acts dirty, right? So that's a character trait that followed all throughout the book. But I think that there's some that definitely changed. And I see that Trevor had characteristic traits too. Did his change from the beginning of the book to the end of the book? I can't wait to read your responses with Miss Moskov. This is one of my favorite books. This is my all-time favorite Pig the Pug book, and I hope you enjoyed my read today of Pig the Stinker. All right, first grade, I will catch you later.